I think when you look at it from a perspective of rich and poor, um, that can be a very good perspective to look at it. That is really not about black and white. It's about rich and poor. But when you look all throughout history, all the poor white people were inflicting terror and horror and violence onto the poor black people. So if it's only about rich and poor, then why were so many whites enraged about coexisting with black people in the same place in the same areas? So what is it really about then? What is it all throughout history that has plagued this country when it comes to racial differences, cultural differences, uh, different ethnicities? Everywhere you go throughout history, there's always been an issue or conflict or some type of confrontation, some type of demolition or destruction of a certain group of people. Uh, Over and over again. So it's like, and which at what time and in which perspective do we look at it, to where is it really about rich and poor, or is it really about the racial division and the racial hate that one group of people have for another group of people, that's causing uh, even more confrontation and more conflict among certain groups of people, right in the same place, right in the same area. And everyone knows that the United States of America is the most diverse, most culturified, most variety place various place that you ever, visit or come across. And this is why so many people want to come here. This is why so many people love it here. This is why so many people call it the greatest nation in the world, just because of how um, mixed up and mixed in it really is. There's literally people from all over the world here, and not every place can really say that. So our freedoms, our luxuries, our comfort level here in America is second to none, and everyone knows that, and that's why everyone wants to come here. But little do people know is how racially divided we truly are, despite how many different cultures and races are here. It's like little do people know how um, most colored people here are viewed and perceived and stereotyped. A lot of people don't know about how bad the homelessness is here, and how that big economic gap between certain cultures and backgrounds. It's in certain areas, certain neighborhoods, not being up to par as other areas. The slums are not matching other areas of the city or of the town. The gentrification, a lot of people don't know about. A lot of people figure that everything and everyone here is money and rich, and that's all that and everyone is financially well off, and that's just not the case. That's far from the case for a lot of folks. So it's like if we perceive it as a rich and poor thing and not a black and white thing, then why is it so hard for blacks and whites to really be associated with anything together other than sports? Imagine if the business world was as diverse and as mixed in as the sports world is. And even with that, there's so much division. Even with that it actually gets in the way of things involving sports, to a certain extent. People being ridiculed and condemned and canceled for sticking up for what they believe in, and their religious beliefs and their political beliefs and whatever else. A lot goes into race, goes a lot into that as well. Something that maybe a white player did or said wouldn't be as much of an uproar if a black player did or said it as well. So it's definitely a huge division, a huge difference with that. And just becoming more aware that I think as a nation and as a people who are here living in this country and a part of this country should kind of wake up and kind of realize just exactly what is going on here and just how um, things have been set up this way and orchestrated this way, and how it has plagued certain neighborhoods and certain groups of people more than others up until this point.